In solo leveling back at the demon's castle, my glorious king stated that ever since his intelligence stat increased, the gap between the number of shadows he could extract and the number of shadows he could preserve had grown. Though if he could extract the demons he defeated, he'd have an enormous army by now, saying it was a shame. He thought it would be inefficient for all of his soldiers to follow him around. So from this point forward, he would have to operate with efficiency, stating that they were going to split up into 6 groups in total. Team Tusk, Team Igris, Team Iron, Team Tank, High Orcs Team B, and High Orcs Team A. He told them that they had 2 tasks to fulfill. One was to split up and defeat every enemy they came across, with the second one being reporting when they found the entry permit to the next floor. The shadows suddenly dispersed in an instant. Jin-Woo thought to himself that he would have to give up on the items he found here, except for the entry permit, since his main priority was to get to the top floor as soon as possible. System messages began rolling in, making Jin-Woo say that it hadn't been long since his soldiers dispersed, yet he was already gaining so many experience points. This was convenient since he didn't have to waste his time running around anymore. As long as his shadow soldiers didn't get destroyed, he wouldn't have to use mana either. But his mages and infantry would struggle a bit since the demons on this floor were high-ranking, meaning he would have to use potions to constantly recharge his mana. A few days later, seeing that Tank had already reached level 24 surprised him because he leveled up 10 times since the last time he checked. He's leveled up as well, but the difference is much more drastic for his soldiers, so hunting in groups turned out to be super efficient. He now has 20 more floors to go, stating that he made it to the 80th floor faster than he expected. But they've been on this floor for 2 days now, and seeing as how the entry permit hasn't shown up yet, could only mean that there were stronger demons lurking around somewhere. Jin-Woo suddenly looked back as he noticed his MP rapidly decreasing. His mana was being drained at an insane rate, meaning someone was relentlessly destroying his shadows. His soldiers couldn't regenerate quick enough, so whoever it was, they were much stronger. Stating that it was Iron's group, he said that he couldn't believe that there was a demon more powerful than Iron here. And as his mana continued to decrease, he thought to himself that he had no choice but to recall his shadows. The next day, Jin-Woo stated that Team B and Igris's group had suffered back-to-back losses, meaning the demons on this floor must be really strong. But something didn't feel right, saying that Tusk's team was right next to Igris's team, yet they skipped over them and went straight for the High Orcs on Team A, questioning if it was because the demons weren't strong enough to defeat Tusk, and if they were picking and choosing ops they could win against, it meant that they were smart enough to identify their ops' weaknesses. So they attacked the High Orcs of Team B on purpose because their next target would be